All right, everybody, Stephen Key here, and I have my good friend, Marc Portney. If you've been watching the channel, and I know everyone has, you know that Marc's looking for ideas. But like everybody else, is Marc really serious? Is he getting back to you? I don't know if he is. In fact, sometimes I wonder that if you're sending it to him, is he really helping you? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Because Marc, you get a lot of submissions, don't you?
Oh yeah, we get hundreds of submissions all the time, and when we do a video at InventRight, we get even more. So it's great.
So,
I appreciate it.
so are you telling me you get back to people all the time or not?
I do. But you know what's funny? I was just reading this morning some comments and stuff. They think I'm rough, they think I'm tough, they think I'm nasty, and they judge this book by the cover. The thing is, Stephen, there's a difference between direct and nasty. And I'm not nasty. I'm very cognizant of these inventors.
Yep.
I understand where they're coming from, and I treat everybody with respect. So it is what it is, but never judge a book by the cover. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I know. But we have two people that are guests. Thank you for coming on. And what are your names again, please?
My name is Dino.
And mine is Jay.
Hi. Welcome to inventRightTV. I'm really curious. You watch our channel?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Actually, I've been watching it for a long time.
Okay. And we have good stuff on there, right?
Yes, you do.
Actually, have enough stuff for anybody to do it.
Okay. And we have guests like Marc. He comes on, and so when you see a video that Marc comes on, he says he's looking for ideas. What do? Do you submit an idea to him, or do you think, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, in my case, I'll be completely honest. I thought about Marc even like 4 months ago, before even I made a prototype.
Right.
Because when I saw him on many interviews, he sounded just like down to earth, no nonsense, and I loved it. That's the main reason why.
All right.
It's like I can read exactly. He's just like a friend from a neighborhood. And that's how I felt it. And I never even knew guy. And then I tried. He's the first one who we sent the sales sheet in the video.
Well, tell
Hey
us.
Dino, if I'm a friend from the neighborhood, you're in the wrong neighborhood.
Well, let's talk about that experience for a minute, right? Because I know there's a lot of people that are watching this thinking, do I send it to Marc? I don't send it to Marc. Is he going to get back to me? So you send it to Marc. What happens?
So after I sent it to Marc, I remember one of your videos is like, be patient, wait at least a week, and then approach one more time if necessary. And I was thinking about it. So I sent in a week, and then I sent in one more time, and I got an answer after a day that day he is interested. And I truly couldn't even believe it, because I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy who made the first thing, first time in my life. And I was so excited just to have him being interesting after him having so many different inventions.
Okay.
And I'm the one who's,
pretty picky. He's pretty picky. So you must have had something that interests him. So tell me, you send it in, he contacts you back. What happens next?
Yes, he contacted us back. We scheduled the video meeting. It was on Monday. We had a discussion on Monday. We introduced each other. We show him the prototype. And by the way, Marc is not right about one thing. He always said he's not an inventor, because after like a few minutes of seeing the prototype, he got an idea of my invention, which is actually much better. And I was like, that's amazing. And Marc was like, yeah, exactly. He saw my hands, so he's inventor too. I'll say that.
So were you surprised to have contact with him? I mean, was it a little bit like, you're kidding me, this is actually working?
Yeah, we felt that way because we did not think that it would be possible. I mean, there's a lot of people who have ideas, who either send an invention or like a prototype or something of that matter, and it can take a while till you get a response. But for us, it was pretty quick, and we're like, oh my God, what do we do now? like,
It's
what
just
do we do now?
so it's,
like we're still at like shock, but in a good way, obviously.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because there are a lot of portals or submit an idea that you don't hear back from anybody. It's like a black hole.
Yeah.
Really glad that you shared your experience with us today. Hey, so Marc, come on, you look at a lot of stuff. What was it about this particular product that you went, hey, there's something here?
well, first of all, it's kind of a take on a beach blanket. It's not kind of it's a take on a beach blanket, right? So how many beach blankets do you think I've looked at? You know what I mean? More than I've got hair on my head. But the fact of the matter is, and I lucked out with this one. I took a look at it, and we'll talk about this a little bit later in this interview. But I have access to sports licensing. So I'm looking for items that you can put NFL, MLB, National Football League, Major League Baseball, top 10 colleges. I took one look at their item and I said, you know what? This is a perfect candidate for sports licensing, which I'm looking for, by the way. Anybody who thinks that their item can be sports licensed is a grand slam. Anyway, back to Jay and Dino. I lucked out. I'm the lucky one. You know why? Because what do I always say on the interview, Stephen? It's 50% jockey, 50% horse. They had a great horse, but these two people are some of the nicest people I've met in my entire life. And when I met them and how nice they were, and they're humble, and he 2 seconds in, I made a recommendation about Dino and Jay's product, and they took the advice and really made the change. So I mean, that's just, they're malleable, if I can get crazy with fancy words, but they're able to change on a dime. And I asked them for a prototype because that's what my contact asked me for. Dino went out in 2 days. He got a new prototype made, ran to the beach, laid this thing out on the beach, and started taking videos. I'm not bullshitting. I'm telling you straight up what he did. Then I said to him, can you send me the product? And it's already on the way to my facility. And I'm not lying, because ask them. They're not going to support me in that. They're going to tell you the truth, just like me. So it was really a match made in heaven. And by the way, Stephen, they both know from day one, there's no guarantees in this deal. I'm doing the best job I can. I'm going to try to get them over the threshold, but chances are that it may not be anything. And Dino said to me specifically, listen, I appreciate the crack at this. That to me, I mean, I'd look at items from these two for the rest of my days. How about that?
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming on today, because this is what's happening in my mind. Number one, if you've got a great idea, especially with something with some type of NFL or some type of sports branding, Marc is looking for it. But you guys that you're watching, if you've got a great idea, consider to submit it to Marc, and he's going to look at it. There's no guarantees, but from this experience, I'm like, wow, don't hesitate. Contact Marc. Great job, all of you guys. And Marc, thank you for looking at ideas from us. I appreciate that very much. And so
I always will, Stephen. You know that. I always will.
All right. Hey, this is Stephen Key, inventRightTV. Here he is. Here's the guy. If you got an idea, submit it to him. He's looking for ideas. It better be a good one. He's pretty darn picky. This is Stephen Key. Thank you very much.